Goth channel, where we're keeping an eye out. I wanted to make a video about the signs that your health practitioner, guru, disease reversal expert, whatever it is that they're going under for their title, how to tell if this person giving you health advice actually knows their stuff. How to tell if they know what they're talking about or if they're just bluffing until you buy their lessons and give them more fame on social media. Some of you might know I was recently borderline mortified to realize that I almost recommended to whoever comes across any of my videos ever, someone that I don't believe in as a health expert, but I did previously. So it became increasingly important to me, and I'd already thought about this in the past too. Like, there are just glaring signs that someone is riding on a false sense of authority versus actual wisdom and things that will benefit you. We're all looking around going like, who's got the goods? Like, who knows how to have a better life? Because sometimes you're pretty much fucking dying and you suddenly realize, oh, I don't have to only eat a cucumber. There's Chinese medicine. I can repair my kidneys. And I don't need a health expert. I just need to go to the store. I just need somebody else to go to the store for me. And I'll start to feel better. If that's the kind of thing that can keep you off of a deathbed or off of a donor list, then I want you to have it for free right now. And I'm not going to do a bunch of gimmicks and weird stuff to get you there. I'm not going to give you all this advice without critical caveats. And I always just let it slide in the past as my mistake that I had taken all this advice to take wormwood and never once heard about its toxicity level and what would happen if you were aggressive with it. It's not like, you know, overdoing some other herb. You don't want to overdo wormwood, and I didn't know the signs of overdoing it or anything like that. And so you really just need to know that you're working with an expert that keeps all of these things that you could do, you know, in mind. It's like if you're telling somebody how to drive, but you don't tell them about defensive driving or something like that, you know? It's really important to make sure that people are going to be safe if you're giving them advice and that you're not giving them too extreme of advice. You've seen I am digging so deep into the spiritual side of things. I have a lot going on in my daily life, as I'm sure most or all of us do. And I'm very much not digging into the way that, you know, when I was like 20, I'm like, oh, and this is where endometrial cells can travel in your body, and here's what they do there, and here's how you can avoid it, and here's the things that caused it. And like, I'm not in that. I'm out of those weeds, you know? I'm on to the part where you are focused on health and health alone. And when sickness comes up, you go, get out of here, bro. I want fucking health, you know? And so yeah, I want you guys to have really good voices to listen to. I want to be able to recommend you to other people because I don't want to be your nitty gritty down in the dirt person. I want to be the high vibe, we're all getting better, we're all feeling great kind of thing. I think oil is so cute in a video. If you do social media and you like body makeup or something like that, ooh, we like it. Anyway, I'm also gonna be just sweating so much, so I'm like, let's just go all in. It's not that I don't know the finer details or that I haven't spent more than enough hours of my life talking about illness and my own and others and trying to fix every little thing and stuff, and it's just like systemic correction. That's what we need, not symptomatic treatment. And so anyway, let's get into what I think would be the best parameters for your health gurus, okay? I'll try to give you some good examples and some not as great examples. So let's start off with the positive. Dr. Bergman, chiropractor extraordinaire, he does deep dive videos on everything social, environmental, pharmaceutical. He goes into all these different fields, and pretty much at the end of every single video, he brings it back to like prayer, you know, meditation, rest, clean food. He has his staples, like pretty much the end of every single video, he's like, and by the way, these were always the answers, just right here, you know? But if you want to know about all of the things to avoid and that kind of thing, like that is very helpful to go check him out because he'll tell you what ingredients to really stay away from. But again, if you just go for good, you don't have to stay away from bad, and that's what we're going for here. And I love a Dr. Axe, talks about, again, spirituality a lot, and yeah, he's got so much great information out there, and he's not as far as I've seen, because again, I haven't been watching all of these people all the time anymore. As far as I've seen, he has a very collected demeanor. Same thing with Dr. Bergman. Dr. Bergman's got an amazing fire to him, but when he gets really fired up, it's humorous, it's, you know, on your side, it's against the people doing the bad things. He's not directing fieriness at you in a bad way. That's one of my first tips, is your practitioner should be speaking to you like your confidant, like your friend. They should be in your corner. They are not there to be your personal trainer or to be negative to you at all. Why would you listen to somebody that has bad energy coming towards you? You'll see this on vegan channels that I've crossed, where they're like, and you need to do this, and if you don't eat this little nut each day, you're not gonna get this thing. I eat 3 of these a day. And you're like, what is going on with this person? And eventually I was watching somebody and they were like, and that's why I got a hysterectomy, because like that's so good for me. I don't even want kids and stuff. And I'm like, are your hormones okay? Like, no wonder you seem so pissed off in every video about veganism. Dang, girl, you know? And then there's like this other vegan channel that's like always going in on another vegan channel. And it's just like, how can you take advice from somebody that is directly stating in a bunch of their videos that somebody else is so wrong who has a bigger platform than them? And that kind of thing. And so, and to emphasize, that's not what I'm doing here. I'm not singling out anybody. I just had this thing where I was like, no, 100%, if I've had this poor of an experience with someone that I thought was a decent health practitioner, then I want to let people know to look out, but not for that person specifically, just these general guidelines, you know? So if you have a channel that's about health where it's personally, relentlessly, not just a quick correction, relentlessly attacking somebody, that is not good, right? And then the person that they're always attacking on that channel, most of their videos are basically sponsorships, promotional. I mean, you can't watch their video without feeling like you mostly just watched a commercial. So that's obviously a thing. Like, we're all trying to work from home and have our personal brand business and that kind of thing, but I personally have all my ads turned off, and if it turns to a commercial on the radio, I change the channel. I'm not trying to watch somebody's YouTube video about health that is just a commercial, whether it's for their website or their whatever. If most of your video is selling me something, I'm way gone. And so yeah, that would be another thing too, if it's way over commercialized. So if they're an angry authoritarian dictator where they're just like, you need to be doing this, and like, you know, I only pretty much use YouTube as a social media thing. Because I had tried to do a collaboration with this person that was sending me emails being like, catastrophe struck my home, and now I'm held up at gunpoint, and now I'm this, and now I'm going through that, and it's like 6 months go by, and I've got nearly 2 hours of 4K footage sitting on my computer as a not even full-time YouTuber, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what the hell? Like, this person was so entitled with my time and my energy, and I was so gracious and giving each time. I was like, I get it, no problem. But one of my big things for business in general is I shouldn't know that much about you. You shouldn't be telling me I'm late because I'm picking up so-and-so from such and such. You shouldn't be telling me we're months late on this collaborative project because you've had disaster after disaster after disaster in your life, and then you're going to go on vacation after those disasters to cool off. But meanwhile, like, you never told me drop the project at all. Like, it was just really messy, really bad etiquette, horrible business practices. And like I said, it screwed me over. Like, I kept a second copy of this video that I'd made just in case that person backed out, and they dragged it out for so long that I ended up taking up this extra storage space, and I deleted the one that I could have made my own video with, and basically I ended up having to hack and slash the one that I had left because I had deleted my backup one because it had taken them so long. And so yeah, and I think it probably would have taken them probably like close to a year to actually get this collaboration going. That to me is a sign of someone who's deeply unwell. But because they kept telling me that their life was falling apart to the point where they couldn't handle this collaboration, I checked on their Instagram for the first time, because like I said, I don't normally use other social medias, and I saw them speaking in ways like, if you're fat, you need to get up and walk. Just walk. And it's like, I almost recommended you to my friends here on YouTube. That's completely inappropriate. And that leads me to another point, which is we can all change body types. I am Mystique over here. I'm gonna shapeshift into whatever the heck I want any old time, but I'm not going to tell you this is what I eat in a day to achieve my body type. No, not when I look like skeletal version of prima ballerina, thank you very much. When I was looking like that, I was doing a sauna video, how to detox and talking about clean ingredients. I wasn't giving you a step-by-step of what I eat in the day to look like your schmixer, okay? Like, I didn't do that because I knew that I was recovering from near death after a toxic relationship. So I wasn't out there just bragging about my noodle arm in the sauna video, you know, thumbnail. That was just what my arm looked like at the time. So when I see people, there are more than one very popular health gurus out there who are just have been looking emaciated for years now, and they have been promoting it. One of them in a recent video said, guys, I was just intuitively eating. I didn't realize that I was way underweight for all these years and selling it to you. And now, left this part out, that I see the trend is that we should be a fit, healthy body type, not just lean, mean, well, I was about to say throwing machine, but you know, it's like you don't want to be skeletal. It's just not the look these days, especially when that becomes an option for people very easily. You start to realize this easy, quick fix thing will never actually be real health if it's a pharmaceutical, or if it's just too drastic. If you're doing something that's unhealthy, you're not going to look healthy. That's how it goes. And I'm not saying, like, I don't do everything super healthy, but I do enough healthy things that people think that I don't look ancient or completely run around and stuff. And that was something when I was trying to work with this person, I saw them for the first time in ages, because I don't really look into this stuff like that anymore. I will dip in for a Dr. Bergman, I will peek at a Dr. Axe. I'm not in a frantic search anymore for the miracle cure. And while I understand how that feels to be in that position, you should know that there is an entire multiple ancient formats that you could go about, whether it's Ayurvedic or Chinese medicine. If you look for something ancient that's incorporating a lot of herbs, energy practices, things like that, you're just gonna get better, and they're gonna tell you what not to do. Like I said, like Chinese medicine is gonna tell you, you can have protein when your kidneys are busted. It should just look like seafood or very lean, smaller amounts of other meats. It shouldn't look like a steak. When you are trying to rebuild your body and you're like, my kidneys are rejecting absolutely everything, every single thing that I eat and touch, it just makes me burst into flames. It's so horrible and painful and stuff. Then you realize that there's like a whole mapped out guideline of like what you can and can't have that like already exists. Nobody needs to reinvent the wheel. That's a big thing for your health guru too. If they're acting like they invented health, if they invented this idea of making the world a better place, like we don't need it. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, so I haven't been in the health guru thing for a while. I need to be learning tarot. I need to be learning pet care, holistic stuff. Like there's a lot of other stuff that I've been working on lately. The person that I was gonna work with, I saw them on a live stream for the first time of seeing them in a long time, and not to be anything but, you know, but it's just when I saw them on the live stream, I thought, oh my God, what happened to you? You know, and I wasn't the only one. There were a number of comments to the point where they had to address it and be like, guys, I've been skinny for a long time now and stuff, and I'm doing a protocol so that way I can help you feel better. And it's like, no one is ever gonna wanna do a protocol where you look like you're gonna die. You know what I mean? Like, we look like we're gonna die, and we should be getting out of that state sometimes, but you shouldn't be looking like you're gonna die while you're trying to fix something. But yeah, so they addressed it and they were just like, no, like I'm just skinny and stuff. And it's just like now, like very shortly after that, they're saying, I'm working so hard to bulk up. I've got a little muscle now. And like I said, I've seen that on other channels too. So again, not singling out. This is a big thing right now. Like if your health guru was really, really, really tiny and now they look like they're trying to do like a bodybuilding competition, it's not good. Also, I noticed like pretty much all of the live videos, whatever, a lot of the videos just in general of this person that I was gonna work with, they're that tiny, biking the whole time that they're in the video and stuff. And I'm like, do you have, what do they call it, exercise shmashmimia? You know, it's like, do you have that thing where you need to just burn all that off? Because why can't you just stop for like 10 minutes to film this video right now and be like a sane person, you know? And so it was basically like everything that I saw was like insane. Look at me, I should be the insane one, and like I should be going to somebody who's sane. Y'all let me down. I'm very sane compared to all of you. You don't have to have the perfect body type or lifestyle to give advice. A divorcee will give you probably some of the best relationship advice you've ever heard. I think that it's just really important to have self-awareness. I'm not gonna look down on you for my mountaintop, hermit, anyway, for anything saying you need to get it together and here's how you should be doing better if I'm just not doing my best. I'm gonna like encourage you, you know, have cat hair on my lip for my lip balm. I'm gonna probably, I don't know. Anyway, you need to have just like a grounded sense about things. So I would say if they're speaking to you with any kind of aggression, snippiness, anything like that, that's their issue that they're venting at you, where like they just had one to go off on about that day, and it just so happened to be a health video that they made. If someone's giving you bad attitude, bad ideal body type, because you know, if I don't know what a human body is supposed to look like, if I don't know what someone naturally is supposed to look like at my age, oh, that's another thing, filters. If you're a health guru, why are you using filters? I want to see that shit. Let me see what you're actually working with, because I would like to know what, I don't want to know what airbrush can do for me. I want to know what your lifestyle and advice can do for me. The ring light's doing enough for us, right? Like, what are you doing with the filter? What do you look like? I'd much rather have a grizzled person just be real with me about like, this is how I got here, and here's my lack of a filter, and here's what you'll look like if you live my life, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like just honesty. Like a filter on a health guru is not transparent, it's not honest, and I don't see the men doing it, ladies. Fake altering appearance, not knowing what their appearance should look like, over-aggressive attitude, derogatory speech. That would be a good way to put it. Like I said, if anybody's basically telling you like, you're sick because your vibes are low, you need to get your vibes up, and it's like, how high were my vibes just then? You just have to think about this stuff. If somebody is seeming like an authority to you because they're speaking in a way that is like, I could never be wrong, that's not how authority figures speak, in my experience. They're humble, they're open to the idea. Like if you hear somebody talking about science and like the expanding universe, or if you're talking about spirituality, anything, you hear people that have all the experience in the world. They know their shit. They tell you the things that they don't know. They tell you what they've learned, how they learned it. And again, there's humility in there. There is this understanding that yes, I'm super powerful, but I could always do more. Someone with superpowers isn't bragging, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right any more than doing a charitable act and then going around and telling everybody about it. There are certain things that you just hold a little bit closer. I think it's maybe like a gratitude thing too. If you're really grateful for the spiritual gifts that you have, if you're really grateful for your wellness, you're just really not gonna be saying that other people are less than for not having those things, and you know, like because you know that you didn't have it at some point too, or maybe you always had it, but like you know what you had to go through to get it to the point that it's at now. Like I said, I was just so perturbed that I had almost gunned for it, that I was gonna try to make affiliate money off of somebody's products, that when I really thought about it more and stuff, like I was like, I can't recommend these things to somebody because they're like, again, they're a reinvention of the wheel. We don't need that, unfortunately. There are trends to these things, and in the past it was miracle cure, what's gonna fix my life overnight? That's just predatory, you know. At a certain point, when you're putting like miracle cure on stuff, or like here's how to be happy, when you've been sending me emails saying that your life is so crazy, you're just like, but then one of the next videos you posted was how to be just so happy, and it was like, were you so happy for the like over half a year that you just could not watch a short video? And you just could not put an affiliate link together because they said they wanted to the whole time. Just led me on, and kept giving me these way too personal details. It's making me think like, do we have a personal relationship? What is this? Because you know, and so you think like, oh, maybe I'm special to them or something, but it's like, no, they're crazy and stuff. And so I just don't want you to make the mistakes that I made. I don't want you to make any of the mistakes that I've made, and I do make mistakes, and it's important for whoever you're listening to say that. These principles go for things outside of health, of course. So if you have anybody that's snapping at you like, okay, if you're not finding love, it's because you're not going for a rich man. A rich man will take care of you. Other people are terrible. Nobody else will take care of you. Be afraid of men. All you need is security. If you see someone really aggressive about love advice, it's like, well, that's strange. If somebody's giving you advice about business, love, anything like that, if they're just fired up in the wrong way, like, have an ear for it and get out of there. There's so many people talking about wellness these days. You don't need to stick around for someone who's like fumbly. I have seen people give advice and they're like, this is what's going on with me, A through Z. And I'm like, oh dang, A through Z, that's what I have going on. Let me do what they're doing. And then you find a few videos later, they're like, wrong, dying, now I'm like a third the size that I was before, don't do that, I don't know, what's wrong with me, what's wrong with everything, I hate health. Like, and they're being playful or cool about it, like this one that I had been watching, but it was like, I was doing what you just said. So that's another thing, if they haven't been doing it long enough. I've been practicing Chinese medicine since I was like 27, 28 or something like that, so it's been like 7, 8 years. It's like a slow, you know, ramp up process, and I'm not an encyclopedia by any means, but the internet is, and if I can just tell you to go check there, that kind of works, right? But yeah, I love it. It's done absolute wonders for me, and I know that it could do it for you too. Have you seen what our friends in that part of the world look like? I think we could, yeah. I mean, everyone's about the Korean skincare stuff and everything. It's just like, we should also be doing the turmeric masks and everything from other parts of the world. There's so much cool stuff to find and learn about. Like, you don't need somebody to be like, oh, screw those thousands of years of wisdom. The other day I found out that this one thing works this one way. So if they have been practicing that thing for a short amount of time, you don't know what the end result of their study is yet, okay? So they can't just tell you that this thing works. Sometimes, unfortunate truth about getting well, sometimes you start doing something and it seems like one thing's getting better, but the other thing's getting worse. And you are like, what's going on with this? But I'll keep doing it because this thing's getting better. And in my experience, when that's happening, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. If one thing's getting worse and the other thing's getting better, that's not correct. And like I said, in Chinese medicine, when you're following the diet correctly, you're not gonna be like, my left arm's falling off while my right arm's healing. You know, it's just not gonna happen. You're a whole system, so you need to be paying attention to the whole system while you're getting well. All those signs are telling you how it's going, not just the one that you were paying attention to, but again, that's that symptom treating mindset. So just pay attention to how everything's getting better, and of course the thing that's the worst off, you're gonna have that eye on it. The same way that people talk about pharmaceuticals, surgeries, technology, anything that hasn't been on the market that long, and we're like, that's dubious at best. It's the same thing for your health practitioner. If they have just learned about this new thing, we get excited when we learn about a new thing, and I think it's cool to share that, but you should probably throw in that disclaimer and just be like, okay, but this is new to me and we'll see how it goes. That's all you have to say, is just, we'll see how it goes. And then that just leaves it open-ended for someone, versus where I'm watching a video and they're like, okay, this is what I did and it worked. And then videos later, they're like, it didn't work. That's completely dangerous for people, and it's irresponsible, you know? I am pretty wild, but when it comes to you guys, I want to be as responsible as, when it comes to anything, I do want to be as responsible as possible. I just want to be wild too. And that's the thing, your health gurus aren't always going to follow everything that they tell you to do every single day. There are plenty of things I tell you that I actually really do every day. The oil, look at my videos. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really, that's not just for the videos, man. I'm oh my God, in my sheets right now. Do you want to see? I'll just be laying in bed, effing up my ish. Anything, new products, procedures, anything that anybody's trying, just make sure that they've tried it long enough to actually know the end result, or that they're telling it's an ongoing experiment. And I would say, kind of keep an eye if somebody's like, I do this, I do that, I do the other thing. Again, that would be a great disclaimer too, to just say, this is what I've been doing right now. A lot of people do remember to throw that in there, but I almost feel like I see more makeup people, like people who teach you how to put on makeup, more of those people are like, this is just my routine right now, we'll see how this product goes. I'm just trying it out. But then you see a health guru where it's like way more important than that. And they're saying, no, this is it. Just, you got it. And it's like, sure? Are you sure? Because it's my life. Like, are you sure? And mind you, I feel really bad for these people that struggle so much and are just trying to impart wisdom to make people feel better. I just think they need to watch how responsibly they're doing it, and if they're valuing people's time, their viewers' time, like I say, if they're making sure that what they're promoting, selling, just making sure that it's ethical. I'm so glad that affiliate deal didn't work out. Nothing about it would have sat right with me, and I just genuinely did not realize when I broached that person, because I was like, I had taken in so much of their stuff, but years prior for the most part, and I'm not buying people's packages online. I just thought, you know, for the layman, like maybe that might be useful for somebody, but it's like the more that I thought about it, I was like, do I trust somebody to actually create this very own thing that doesn't seem like they're doing the best? Me today, like I'm aware that making a penny off of an affiliation like that, where I have any question at all about what it's going to do with somebody's health, I have to be 100% sure. And like I said, I really, really was gung-ho on this thing because I thought it had been helpful to me in the past. But when I thought about it, like I was like, it was just so long ago. I was just thinking, wait, was a handful of the advice that I got part of that time that I poisoned myself? Like, I was just thinking about it, I'm like, oh my gosh. There were other tips that I ran with where it was just like, I didn't get the full story on how to use this thing. Even after researching it outside of watching somebody's video, it's just, there are just so many things that you might need disclaimers for. And again, that's why I would rather recommend to you to look up Chinese medicine. Are eggs good for digestion? Okay, you can try it. Oh, are the eggs not sitting well with my digestion? Okay, well, maybe I have an issue processing food. I need to check out my spleen. Maybe I need to, you know, like I think Chinese medicine is perfectly capable of walking you through this, especially with AI these days. It's giving you the search result anyway. You might as well look at it, I guess. It's kind of my opinion. I wasn't really using it, and then I was just like, oh, like it's gonna give me the result anyway, and it is faster. So yeah, but if you literally just look up like, this thing in Chinese medicine is supposed to be good for this thing, but I'm having trouble with it. What could it be? You'll get the result of like what the next answer is. And so it's just really easy to figure out your stuff at this point, I think. The other side of it though is your life. Like you can't be well if you're in these toxic relationships, bad areas. We need to manifest being in a better spot, speaking to myself here. And if you're so busy looking up what to do about, you know, your elbow not working, you're probably missing the part about the fact that like your house's feng shui is fucked up, and then the thing outside, something to get the whole package going too. Oh man, let me tell you about this. This would be like a separate like little short video or something, except none of the things that I want to make for shorts like actually would be anything less but super weird for me to make. But like this would be one of them. Death cleanups. I had this thing for a weird amount of time where if I was like really good, not that it was like good odds, but it was like very much could happen that I could die tonight. Very much. And you know, it's like everything is liquefying, breaking, just like everything in you is in full collapse. And you're just like, could die tonight. I had this habit because of living alone, I guess, and just in general, like just not feeling great about it and stuff, like I would go around and start cleaning my place. Whenever I felt like, oh, I could die tonight, it's like, what do you want to walk into a dead body and dishes in the sink? No, you know? And so like instinctively, I just start cleaning things, and I think that it would promote my feng shui and like help me feel a little bit better and stuff, and just to show my house, like, no, I'm working on it, like, give me another minute, we'll get there, you know what I mean? Similar principle for losing things. I never lose things. I just go clean, and there it is. And that's why I'm so good at finding things. And then I'll figure out later that that's like a spiritual principle that if you're looking for what's lost, it's never gonna materialize. But for me, I just go, I can't find this thing, and I immediately start to get rid of the clutter, take out trash, do whatever I can to just make it a clean landscape to find that thing, and there it always is. There's just these things that you kind of instinctively do. And for me, it's like if you're having like endless chest pressure or whatever, and it's like, okay, well, what are the burners on your stove doing? Were you putting all of your dishes to dry on your burners and like clogging up that area that, you know, is that burner, that life force? Sometimes you're just doing something kind of stupid that's like in your environment and it's directly impacting you and you just don't realize that. So I think before you schedule your next 10 specialists to go see, just make sure your house is really clean. Go wipe off your front doorknob. For me, like, I created this whole Shachi barricade. Oh, the worst barricade fence ever, because I just couldn't afford a fence at that particular moment, and it was so terrible. And if I had just put a damn mirror and a wind chime over there, it was, you know, at different spots, it's just like, why didn't I do that? Because I just wasn't thinking about it. I was like getting in the moment and being like, where do I just brute force this and, you know, whatever. And it's just like, I didn't need to do that. I needed to apply the magical principles I'm aware of. That's why, like I said, it's so cool to learn about magic, feng shui, spirituality, and the basics of the ancient traditions and stuff. Because like, I'm just like, well, what else did you need? You know, besides learning about, you know, new skin treatments and like lasers and stuff like that. Like, what else did you need besides going and having a good time, you know, with good people that I really assume exist? I guess that's kind of the biggest wrap up, is listen to your intuition and don't get so desperate in illness that you're willing to just listen to any old buddy. Don't get so desperate in your illness that you lose touch with your body and your intuition, or you're no better off with a health practitioner than you are at the doctor's office, like a regular medical doctor. You're just not, because either way, you're handing over your power and you're saying, I don't know shit, and you do. But you do know, because you know how you feel. You know how you feel better than anybody else does. Like, I'm sorry that your health guru isn't going to be holding your hand when you think you're going to die maybe that night in bed, you know? I'm sorry they're not there for you. But you're there for you, and that's better. Because you're always going to be there for you. Oh, okay, and this is a huge one. If they're, again, fighting the tide, if they're saying the world is so bad right now, everything's so screwed up, we've got to be the one to fix it, let's fix the problem and stuff, and it's like, that is somebody who is going in the wrong direction, okay? You should be saying, like, you can do good shit and let's focus. Like, you don't want to give all this attention to deforestation. Give it to planting things. Give it to loving plants and explaining how they can be great for our energy and our health and everything. Promote the positive side of things. What Wendy Williams would refer to as kitchen table talk, like when you really want to talk your shit, like you don't actually have to do it in these videos. If you're like, fuck the world, it's all fucked up over here, we gotta champion doing better, we gotta champion peace and health and love, because it's a fight, it's a war, we gotta fix everybody, fix everything. Everything from that to a smaller version of that, I'm like exhausted even talking like that, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like like I said, you can only do so much. Love the Pirates of the Caribbean line. There's what a man can do and what a man can't do. There's always that. I can tell you what you can do is enact positive change by heading in a positive direction. And what you can't do is solve a problem by constantly drawing attention to that problem. It's one of those things where people say, like, don't give bigger and bigger platforms to people that are spreading really poor messages. And that's basically what you're doing to these problems. The more that you say, there's a problem with the world, there's a problem with your health, disease reversal expert. Listen to the sound of that versus health. Which one do you want to be part of? I want to be in the camp that is trying to be more positive. If I want to be this bizarre, eccentric, moody, downer thing, like, I'm going to turn it into some really cheeky poetry and make a positive out of it. I'm not just going to be like the kid from Sopranos who like is all depressed because he watched the news, and you're like, just stop watching the news. You can't do anything about the war over there. What are you talking about? Or whatever it is, you know? And yeah, so it's like, do what you can do, and that's be as positive as you can be. And like I said, for me, I'm in these weird spots where there's a lot of external stuff now. Just getting everything here moved on a lot more, and so there are a lot of things in life that aren't perfect, but I'm never selling you a perfect life, and I'm never selling you perfect health. I'm selling you that you can have whatever the fuck you want. Make sure they're in the affirmative. There are a lot of influencers that don't know anything about health at all, but they want to be on the train and stuff, and I think that's really great when somebody with a platform is like, here's my healthy day, here's my version of wellness and that kind of thing. It's really far off the mark from actually healthy. So keep in mind when you watch people with these bigger platforms that are like, here's my health day or whatever, it's like, we need a health lifestyle. That's where you're gonna get your best advice, the things that actually work long term and all that kind of stuff. So if someone's saying, I'm taking this pharmaceutical medication to completely alter my physique, and here's what I'm eating in the day, have a healthy day with me. Okay, you probably know what I think about that, right? So like, but again, I appreciate that they're doing it. I appreciate that they're saying like, I just want to be well. That's enough. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of us in the alternative scene, there is this glorification, romanticization of the darker side of things, and that includes not being totally fucking well, you know, mentally, physically, whatever, both, because that's tied. So yeah, I guess that would be my final big piece of advice for you for how to pick your health experts would be, you know, make sure they're not a goth. We want to tell you goths are so commercial and accessible, but if you want to get your health advice from a goth, just know that you're getting it from someone who's been to hell and back many, many, many times. And so if that's the kind of expert that you want, it is kind of the expert that I want, then, you know, go for it. But yeah, otherwise, go check out one of the other experts that I said that I actually think are really good. And no hate, no shade to the people that I think are doing it kind of fucked up or whatever, but like I said, like, do not give me all these day in a life what I eat videos when you were this big, this little big. Don't do it to me, because I'm a lady and I don't know what I'm supposed to look like. I don't have any friends. I don't know anybody my age. And all I'm doing is watching the occasional clips of old shows that I watched and influencers. And that's so not right, because then I'm watching people that might say they're a certain age in a show, but that's not the actual age that they are, or I'm watching an influencer that's filtering stuff or whatever. It's like, how am I supposed to know what I'm supposed to look like? I'm trying to listen to the health experts. So if you guys just sold me a bunch of crap, it's not helpful to me, man. Especially because, like, random fact, I used to be 5'7"3/4. I'm now 5'6½. I'm always kind of like, I don't know, like if you want to talk about big bones, I feel like that's how you get that. And I'm like that winter on top, summer on bottom kind of thing for my physique. So I'm just like, well, I never really, I'm like, well, what is my body type supposed to be here? I don't really have a great example. And so that's why I'm looking at these other people and I'm just like, what was that about? Why are you telling me that? I hope you're having a really healthy day, or one that is about to manifest it overnight, because I can't tell you, like, is that, like, as someone who's been right there, you know, shoulder to shoulder with death, I'm the first one to tell you how fast that can change. Go have a gorgeous, glamorous, productive, healthy day, even if you're in some of the situations that I'm in right now. And comment, like, and subscribe for more healthy and alternative content. Your ring light free postscript. I was actually just thinking about another thing too, is like when people sell you new age stuff but they don't actually know about it. Chivalry is dead.